Okay, guys, is vinyl extinct? Maybe not the argument that you're thinking about, but let me explain a little further, as well as give you a tour of the Gold Note facility. Okay, guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a really cool video for two purposes. Number one, as I mentioned in the thumbnail and the teaser part, that vinyl may be going away. And it's not so much because of digital, like the normal argument is. It's because vinyl has become persona non grata among environmentalists, and even the paper label has come under scrutiny. So when I visited Gold Note, I learned about this new injection molded process, more eco-friendly way to create an album. And I want to share that with you. So I'm kind of starting at the rear of the tour, the last parts of my tour of Gold Note, but it's on topic with what I've been doing recently with Michael Fremer and Joe, Analog Friendly. For you guys that have just joined and subscribed, I wanted to share this with you, but also for a company in the vinyl and analog realm, and period, digital, anything, Gold Note, I'm going to give you a teaser of what you're going to be seeing in the facility tour in terms of music clips and some of their gear, because this is a company I knew nothing about a few years ago, then gradually knew a little bit about them, and now I would put them top tier with almost any company out there on several metrics. Number one, they do everything from soup to nuts, cartridge all the way to speakers. And what's even tougher is they do it at different price points. They do it at the budget level, well, budget for audiophiles, reasonable budget to cost no objects. And their cost no object speaker, I did a video immediately on that while I was in Italy, because that thing wowed me. And I definitely, that's on my bucket list now to hear and potentially own in the future, because it has the ceiling that I'm looking for cost no object. But in any case, you're going to hear from other people, and you heard in the Michael Fremer Zoom, he gives thumbs up to their phono stages. Lots of people have touted their economical stuff as being giant killers. So you're going to get a little taste of that, and you're going to get music clips from their listening room. And I want to do this video first because, as I told you in my tours of Italy, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to show you everything that's cool about these companies that I can give thumbs up on. But also, if I was running the company based on my limited experience, if I was on board, what would I change? Anything I would do differently? Any feedback I would give the owner? And to give you that same advantages as well, that insights that I have. And one thing you're going to notice with Gold Note, especially when you see the tour, you're not going to find a better company with how they do everything from Six Sigma efficiencies, creating the products, super professional atmosphere. You think you're like at a pharmaceutical lab, an engineering company. This has the mom and pop warmth, a little bit of that you see in some companies, but also that high level efficiency and dedication to data and everything that you want to see in a finely tuned operation. Very impressive. And it pays off in their products. And you have to have that when you're creating so many products at different budget points. So everything there, thumbs up. If I had to nitpick anything, you're going to see in this video, probably you guys would already jump on this, is that their listening rooms in their facility, I'm sure they have off-site and then at their homes, and then labs to do optimal measurements. But at their facility, their listening rooms are more based on what a real world room would sound like, not a lot of treatment. In fact, one of the music clips you're going to hear is in their conference room where it's not optimally set up at all. So these music clips are not there to give you ultimate judgment on sound, but I wanted to give feedback. There is a dedicated room. I'm going to give you that feedback as well and give you some of those music clips. Probably if I was on board, I would probably have a more dedicated room with all the treatments to give the yin yang from a regular room to a dedicated room. But in the video that I'm going to release later, one of the gentlemen that gave us a tour explained that they actually had an idea where they have a swimming pool now to indoors in their facility to make it an underground listening room. And let me just tell you guys, when I thought that through, that's brilliant, because underground not only gives you a swimming pool, gives you the symmetry of the room size, But as I've told you many times, just because your eyes and a tape measure says it's symmetrical doesn't mean sound looks at your room symmetrically. What's on the other side of this drywall and that drywall and that drywall and that drywall and then on above and below makes a big difference in how sound sees your room. So an underground swimming pool would actually be an optimal place to have a dedicated listening room instead of a swimming pool. So I would be totally on board if I worked for Gold Note into transitioning that swimming pool into an underground listening room. But other than that, I mean, that's just nitpicking, guys. This is a phenomenal facility tour. I can't wait to show you all the details there. But just enjoy these music clips and this really cool injection molded process for creating new albums.
You have the mold like this, and it comes in there's
So injection molding, PET, not vinyl. And what artist is this?
This is actually one of the very first few samples. So it's got jazz on one side and some pop on the other. So it's not specific.
Oh, so let's listen to this, because this will be...
It's quite interesting. And you can see that it's...
Wow.
It's just a sample, so they're not...
This is, so nobody else really has this?
No. This is very new. This is actually something that the KDG, this company, is doing with Vinyl Alliance. So part of the mission with Vinyl Alliance is to help them create a greener alternative to vinyl.
So this is the green alternative to vinyl.
Yes. This is all recycled PET. So the plastic used for your plastic bottles.
Yes, I definitely want to listen to this.
And it's really interesting, and you can see that there's the seam.
yeah.
And what is the cost profile going to be different? Do you know yet?
Not really, because it's very, very early stage. There's a couple of companies that are looking into this. There's one in Milan called, instead of green vinyl, Greenil.
Okay.
And then there's another company in the UK called Evolution Music, and their technology is called Evo Vinyl. And it's actually been designed to work with the existing manufacturing process. These takes a different manufacturing process.
Does it get colored this way, or you could do different, or is that just a natural?
You can do any color.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can fire that up first. Yeah. All right, guys, we're listening to the reference. Well, this isn't the total upper end of the Gold Note line, but $60,000 turntable. Actual gold leafing on this. Actual gold. This here is a counterweight to kind of bring the center of gravity down of the turntable because it's so tall, thinking of everything. And this green vinyl literally is green on both literal and figurative. It's part of the Vinyl Alliance. They're coming up with a new type of way to, well, it's not actually vinyl. I'm going to have them explain that a little more in detail. Actually, part of the Vinyl Alliance, I think PMC's, the company I've featured, the Fenestria, they're also involved with this. But I'm going to have a little more details on that. Very innovative, and I wanted to hear what it sounded like, not vinyl. So maybe something that's an industry disruptor. But let's listen to this mix recording on this system. We got a little bit of a noise floor because of the guys in here, but all right. Steve doesn't like country, but Steve is on. Steve is still on timeout for liking auto grill over. Look at Tom.
This just reinforces why I don't like country.
Because it sounds good and makes you laugh. Yes.
I don't have that reaction. If you have that reaction, I'm happy that it gets going moving. I have pain going through.
Oh yeah. Steve, you need to escape onto the balcony.
It's just, you made a common error concerning your brain in front of your eyes.
Okay. Emotionally. It's painful. It's painful.
Actual artists playing instruments. Very few genres does that happen with modern music. go. We got country played on a mixtape. I didn't even request this. So the price points, real quick. We know this turntable, the entire setup with the tone arm and cartridge is around 60,000. Speakers, you know?
About 60,000
US.
In the 50,000 range, but the gold leaf adds quite a bit.
Sure.
Because it is a hand applied real gold.
Yeah.
So I think they said it's $7,000 or $8,000 for the gold leaf finish. So your figure you're in the 60s.
In the 60s.
In gold. Yeah.
And then the electronics here, ballpark, what are we talking about?
Electronics there, ballpark, you're looking around probably 50 to 60,000.
Okay.
Roughly. Because the phono preamp and the streamer are around $10,000 each. The CD player is about $8,000. Then you have a bunch of amplifiers in the $8,000-9,000 range, so somewhere around there.
But still all in on a gold note reference system with gold leafing. We're still comfortably under 200K.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you get this Italian beautiful finish. Certainly people spend more on a fine watch, and you're gonna get some enjoyment out of this beauty every day. And it's not gonna be a car that's in your garage. You're gonna get to use this. But again, it's a lot of money, so what I'm gonna do is show you in a little while some speakers that they just released that are under 2,000 US. So not only does this company does everything from needle to speaker, one of the few that does everything, literally the cartridge, tone arm, turntable, streamers, you name it, everything to the speakers. They also have stuff in all budget range. You're gonna hear a phono pre that Steve sells really well, loves it, under $1,000. That's remarkable. And then you're gonna also see a speaker. It's a little odd design, not really my taste, but for under 2,000 to get gold note pedigree, and we're gonna see how it sounds. They're setting it up now, but I just wanted to give you guys a taste. Obviously this is a conference room and we've got a noise floor here, so we can't really listen too much, but just wanted to give you a quick taste. Because it's country, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit, just for Steve, and you get a little bonus coverage here. Let me sit down here. But actually, this isn't my favorite type of country either, to be honest. Country in Italy. So this is a great song.
May all your rambles bring you joy.
This is almost
So fare you well, my rambling boy. May all your rambles bring you joy. He was a man and a friend always. We rambled round in the hard old days. He never cared if I had no dough. We rambled round in the rain and snow. Now y'all sing. Fare ye well, my rambling boy. May all your rambles bring you joy. May all your rambles bring you joy. Try it again. Fare ye well, my rambling boy. May all your rambles bring you joy. In Tulsa town, we chanced to stray. We thought we'd try to work one day. The boss said he had room for one. Says my old pal, we'd rather go. the chills and he gone back. I lost the only friend I had. So fare thee well, my lord. Sing it out. All alright when you're gone. Fare thee He left me here to ramble on. My rambling house is dead and gone. Now if when we die we go somewhere, I bet you a dollar he's rambling there. So fare thee
Yeah, so this is not an optimal room. Obviously glass walls, these kind of floors in a conference room, but you still got a sense of the venue, and it wasn't strident. You got a sense of the audience, and the speakers disappeared from a live recording. The album itself, if you're interested, Chad Kasem used this for his Best of Male Vocals. The song we were listening to, if you've been a long-time subscriber, you already know, but it's Rambling Boy, and it's the Weavers at Carnegie Hall.
There's something special on this album, Jason,
Uh-huh.
which I just caught.
Okay.
Look right here, and I think that the text is pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah. Gold Note Records.
So they pressed this record, actually.
Oh, my gosh. See, I didn't even know this.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I had told you, I saw this in the bin. I wanted to hear it, but I had no clue.
You got some copies of that hanging around here anywhere? Sorry? Do you have any copies of that hanging around here anywhere?
Might have a few.
Yeah.
Think
That would be incredible.
Yes.
That was selfishly.
That was a very limited edition.
Yes, this is a this is a special record. And literally, I did not know this part. This is a surprise. Good catch, Steve.
It was cool, right?
It's, again, it comes from Maurizio used to work with
Gold Note Records. Up here.
I would love that.
Super famous.
Yeah, that is awesome. Maybe I could get some.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. We're going to showcase a few more music clips from their less expensive system and one of their newest models they just came out with. So stay tuned. Yeah, just a walkthrough of the gear.
Absolutely. So, right now you're listening to the record, and it is a Donatello Gold. This is a moving chord cartridge. On the piano is a turntable. And then we're going into the PH10 phono stage.
Which is really, this is under 1,000.
This is 1719
1719.
euros, so I'm going to guess around 1919 US dollars.
Okay.
And then the phono stage goes into the all-in-one. We're using one of the analog inputs. In this case, is the line input one. This goes for, I think, around 3,000 US dollars. And then we have another source, which is the CD player, going into the second analog input. So if you switch on the amp from line 1 to line 2 is the CD player, CD channel. And then you've got the Diana.
These are the newest that were released in. I went into the room in Munich. Unique styling. This is to create a tension of the kind of a non-resonant, anti-resonance tension at the right point, and that's why they're sticking out here to create that tension at the right point with this fabric to dampen vibrations. And same thing with this. It's not just to protect you from beryllium. It's not even a beryllium tweeter. It's to disperse the sound. So it's a little bit unique looking. Certainly going to be polarizing to certain tastes, but it's done for performance reasons, not for aesthetic reasons. And the price on these, I think, very reasonable with a sub module. So let's go ahead and take a listen here. Guys, this sounds fantastic, especially at the price points. Part of the tour, we go into a lot more detail discussing that. So be aware that that will be covered, all the details and pricing. 2 new models that they came out with. This one's even more with the extra drivers. But both of them are in that ballpark of beginner system, but a taste of state-of-the-art sound. That was strings, and this kind of acoustic music can be very bright on budget systems and even much more expensive systems, quite frankly. This was extremely easy to listen to, as you probably gathered, and just very refined sound that you rarely see at this budget. But another thing I've always talked about on this channel, synergy. Let Gold Note do it for you. They've got the pieces that work in conjunction. You got one remote, controls everything. They have triggers that allows you to turn everything on with one button. There's a lot more to this brand than just cool chassis and good sound. Everything from cost no object to a budget system is one of the takeaways I want you to pay attention to, as well as the fact that they do everything from needle to speaker. Very impressive.